What is up, Bear Disciples? Gray Zone just tweeted about 20 minutes ago this picture. And as you can see, there's quite a few more LZs than what we're used to. And so I wanted to go in here. I wanted to actually break down the new LZs that are going to be coming, as well as some of the new ways that you're going to be able to get into the POIs with these new LZs. So let's dive in. All right. So as you can see on here, we now have 10 new LZs to go into the different POIs, right? So obviously this is something that we have needed for a very, very long time. Also, really something I hope that they do is when the helicopter is flying in, I saw something, somebody posted on Reddit where it was actual like symbols, where it was base camp had the little figure eight or whatever, and then below it, it showed where it was going next. Like it showed H1 or G1 or I1, whatever. That was the most brilliant thing I've ever seen, because the issue is that you run into, you're like, hey, where's this helicopter going? And then they don't talk to you. And that there's nothing more that frustrates me than that. So with these 10 new landing zones, I wanted to go through and I kind of wanted to talk about some of the different ways that you're going to be able to approach these POIs with the new LZs, right? So we'll just start with number one, which I would call it Hotel 4 because of the sequential order that it goes in, but I've never found a Hotel 2. If you guys have, please let me know where it is. I've looked everywhere and I can't find it, so maybe it's an Easter egg for something. I don't know. But for number one, if, let's just say that you're Crimson and you're getting raided from one of the other factions and they're actually in Kiavunxa, you can push in from Hotel 4 into Kiavunxa, right? So that's going to be a very good one because they're going to see the helicopter fly over and they might disregard you as a potential threat as they move in to try to get into your base. Hopefully we get to a point where base raiding is going to be feasible again, but right now I'd probably just avoid it. For number two, we're going to call it probably this might actually be considered, we'll call it Golf 3 for this one. So 2 is 3, 3 is 4, 4 is 5. So this is going to be good, especially when Ground Zero fights begin to happen, because then you're going to be able to push in to Ground Zero. I don't know if you guys have ever gone into Ground Zero, but that dead center circle, the second that you get in there, you're pretty much toast. So, but this is going to give a little bit better of an option for when you're actually pushing in, because if you have enemy forces that have pushed you all the way down from the villas at Midnight Sapphire and you're down into the fields right here, landing 2 or 3 is going to give you an option. Yes, you're going to have to fight these AI that are right here, but you'll still be able to push up and you might have a better vantage point. Now, the other thing is that if you're trying to get into the hangars, or if you have a fight and you're trying to flank around the airfield south, go to the southeast, you're going to be able to go around this way. You're going to be able to go, essentially up and around, because what I've noticed, because then you're going to be way too far out of line from anybody that is sitting at the airfield, right? And what I've noticed is that the majority of fights that happen at Fa Lang, you have someone that's landing Golf 2, and then what'll happen is after they land Golf 2, they go either this way up into the woods, or they'll push up to this wall right here where the trucks are, and they'll just wait. And they'll wait for somebody to make a mistake. That is the thing about PvP in Gray Zone Warfare, is that you have to be patient. And you know what? What they say about every move matters, it's the truth. Like, if you make the wrong noise in a bush, or if someone sees your actual muzzle flash coming from the bush, the video that I posted yesterday, I literally was able to jump into this bush and just barrel stuff this guy because I saw exactly where he was shooting from. Couldn't see him, but I saw his muzzle flash. So 4 is going to help you get into this little route right here next to the warehouses, which can definitely be a viable option if you know that your enemy has landed Golf 2 and you need to get that angle, because there is a very, very nice lane right here that once these AI are cleared out, you can actually see from hangar, I think it's 3, hangar 3, the one that's locked. You could actually stand inside that hangar and look all the way almost to the LZ. Like, you can see the dead corner of the runway. So very, very viable option there. Moving to, we'll call this India 3. All right. So Bonpa is a really, really big POI for PvP right now. It's, what's happening is that there's a lot of people sitting on this hill right here, and they're watching India 2. But with the way that this hill is, I don't know if when you land, are you going to be able to hear the helicopters land at India 3? I don't think so. I think that you're just going to disregard it as a helicopter that may be flying, like maybe from like Blue Lagoon or Tiger Bay. So 5 is going to be really viable to push these people out, because while LZ camping is definitely something that should be frowned upon because it's kind of lame, you also have to be tactical. I mean, if you want your team to be able to go and pull an area that, maybe you're not just tasking, but you're actually going for PvP and stuff like that, you have to have an initial team that goes out to clear the LZ, and then you communicate with your team and say, hey, you guys are cleared. LZ's clear. And then that's when you're able to send your teammates in. And I mean, that's kind of the team aspect of this game. But yeah, I mean, it definitely sucks getting LZ camped. It happens to all of us, but teamwork makes the dream work, right? So 5 is going to be great for that. It's going to be even... I don't really see people flying into India 3 to go into Tiger Bay, because these 4 right here are going to be the big ones, right? So looking at Tiger Bay northwest, this is going to be good to push in right here. But I still think that 6 is going to funnel into Juliet 2, because Juliet 2 is probably the best landing zone, I would say, for Tiger Bay. No matter what your task is. I mean, obviously, if you're going to UNLRA, landing India 2 and pushing down is probably better. But if you're able to go Juliet 2 and push through the mall, being stealthy, go Sam Fisher on it, you can make some moves all the way through Tiger Bay from Juliet 2. You might need a teammate, but... So 6 is going to get you to closer to some of the quest locations. And then we've got 7, which we'll call Juliet 5. This one kind of confuses me. I mean, I get it, but I kind of wish that there was one that... I don't know. I wish we had water drops. I think that would be sick. But helicopters do have the rappel racks on the sides, so maybe something we see in the future. So 7, you're going to be able to push down into Tiger Bay from this side, but I have had one successful push in from this side, and it's from Juliet 2 going in. Let me clear this. But you take Juliet 3 and essentially you go that way, unless you're trying to get the bunker house unlocked, and then you're going to push in that way, right? So I would say 7, not really a fan. Not really a fan of 7, because it's no one's gonna... I am yet to be LZ camped at Blue Lagoon. I hope that they add more quests in and around Blue Lagoon, because I know you have to find the wreckage and stuff right here, and then so I think that these last 3 are going to be the most influential when it comes to the actual PvP aspect of the LZs and their importance, right? So starting at 8, again, this is a ground zero push. So if you have never taken the time to land at Echo 2 and go up this path that goes right to here, there's actually a checkpoint right here. And it's very, very cool. It has some assets that the rest of the game doesn't use, or at least that I didn't recognize. But that right there is probably one of the coolest areas. And it's just a wide open like logging road that goes all the way up into it. I beg of you, please just do it, because bring enough food, bring enough water, but just walk up that road and just appreciate how beautiful this game is. Because between the ambient noises and the way that the road is routed, there are going to be so many good PvP angles, ambush areas. If they add ground transportation, it's going to be nuts. I think that because they've talked about the patrols going on, I think that there's going to be patrols going up and down that logging road, and so you're going to have to be very, very stealthy, get up in the woods, get up on top of ridges, snipe down, and it's going to be crazy. 8's going to be good for that, but it's also going to be good to push around to the very, very front entrance of Nerith, because Delta 1 is very, very campable, right? And a lot of people, once they realize that there's people like at headquarters, they'll land Lima 1 and then they'll come through this back gate. The only issue with landing Lima 1 and going into the back gate is that you can stand on top of headquarters and you can snipe down. And that's what we did last night, and we wiped like a 6-man. So it was it was a crazy fight. It was awesome though. So landing 8 is going to be good because, one, I don't think that they're going to be able to hear your helicopter. You're going to, if they are camping Delta 1, then you're going to be able to push down and clear that out. 9 is going to be an interesting one because I feel like it gives you a better option to come down into the motel and in that area, and then push up to the wall from this side. I feel like this is probably the most underused side of Fort Nerith is the northwest side. We had a fight here yesterday, and a team pushed down from Delta 2, and this is the first time that I'd actually seen someone wrap around to hotel and then hit this wall and then try to come in the front gate. And it almost worked. Too bad for them. But Sawmill 10. I am yet to see anyone camp Echo 1. Echo 2 is definitely the one that gets camped. I'm yet to be killed at Echo 1, but I will say that 10 is a very, very good option. I feel like with, again, being able to go into ground zero from there and then be able to land somewhere different and kind of have a different angle, because then you're going to be able to hit this road right here that comes down through Sawmill, and you're going to be able to go into the woods right there. And the way that the logs and the boards that are stacked are set up is that they run, I believe, east to west, right? So when you're looking into Sawmill, it's going to be like this. So if you're looking from 10, you're going to have a crystal clear sight picture in between all those trees. But if any of you guys have found Hotel 2, let me know again. And I hope that this is a little bit of a formal video to kind of let everybody know what's going on. I'm pumped on these landing zones. I think that it's definitely going to alleviate some of the pain. I really hope that they do something with the helicopters though, because man, I know that we are all tired of hearing all birds are currently in the air. So guys, be kind, stay friendly. Paradise out.